Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the third part of our SWAST webinar series. So today we're going to be talking about the induction and support that you will receive when you arrive in Devon. So I'm Carly Boyce and I'm the transition lead nurse for the Devon International Recruitment Alliance. We've got the lovely Laura with us today from the Alliance. Hi, Laura.
Hi
And
everyone.
we've got Cara and Rianne from SWAST. So I'll just let Cara and Rianne introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Rianne Phelps. I'm one of the clinical team leaders within the EOC clinical team, and I'm leading currently on recruitment.
Lovely to meet you, Rianne. Thank you. And Cara?
It's lovely to see you again. So I'm Cara. I've done a couple of these before, so you might recognise my face. I'm a Learning and Development Officer at the ambulance service within the EOC, within the Emergency Operations Centre. And I'm also working on the international recruitment of nurses and the pastoral side of things with our recruits.
That's wonderful. Thank you, ladies. So, candidates that are watching this are candidates that have been offered, and we're just planning your arrival to come and work for SWAST. So, Rianne and Cara will be the ladies that will be looking after you when you arrive. So, they will be a little bit like your aunties, and they will keep an eye on you and provide support for you. So, I'm going to hand over to Cara and Rianne, who are going to talk about the induction program when you arrive and things to expect. Obviously, still very much planning and discussing things at the moment. You will be given details as we get them, but we're just here to talk about what to expect. So I'm going to hand over to Cara and Rianne. All right, thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Carly. Yeah, so our plan for the induction process is obviously we're going to set up a WhatsApp group. So we'll be in communication with you sort of before you get on the flight, and then throughout the whole time we'll be able to communicate things. So we'll have that WhatsApp group there. When you land, we're going to come and pick you up and take you to your accommodation. The accommodation will be fully furnished, depending on what the land time is. So if it's in the middle of the night, then everyone's just going to want to get there and get to bed. So we'll have a welcome hamper there already with some bits and pieces, some food, and some toiletries, etc. But if it's a reasonable time of the day, then we'll probably stop off at a shop so that you can get some things to take with you to the accommodation. And then the first few days is really just going to be about settling in to your new accommodation, your new home, and also touching base with you. So our plan is within those first few days that we'll go into either Exeter or Bristol, depending on which EOC it is that you're coming to join us at. And so that we can do things like set up a bank account, let you know where the post office is, getting SIM cards, etc. All those really important admin things that we know that's going to be really important to get you set up with. So that's our plan for the first few days. And then the first week is going to be induction to SWAST, to the trust. So we'll obviously there's going to be quite a few things to go through. So we'll take it easy and we'll make sure that, along the way, we're checking in with you. But we're going to have an induction to the role itself, so into the EOC, into the Emergency Operations Centre, and also go through all of those additional documents that you're going to need for you in terms of OSCEs, boot camps, etc., so that you know what the plan is going to be for the, at least the next few weeks. So we'll have that sort of local induction. We're also going to plan a visit to the other EOC. So if you're coming to join us at Bristol, one of the days we'll go and visit Exeter so that you can meet the team, meet the faces, and vice versa. And we're also going to get you have a bit of time to spend with the different roles that we have in the Emergency Operations Centre. So the dispatch, the people that dispatch the ambulances and the resources, and also our call takers, just so that you can get that familiarisation and meet some of the other people alongside the clinicians that work here. And then we're also going to have points within that week, some, pastoral elements. So if we need to go back into town, if there's any other issues with bank accounts, etc., we've got time there to get that done. and also, you know, some nice things as well. So going for lunch or just local induction orientation to the, you know, Bristol or Exeter. So that's our plan for the first week. I think I've got.
No, I think that covered everything that we've planned out so far.
And then the second week is going to be OSCE boot camp. So we know that you're going to have to do your OSCEs and pass your OSCEs in order to become registered on the NMC register. So the second week is going to be going into that OSCE boot camp training. So that's either going to be a 3-week or a 1-week training course. So depending on which training course it is, will take a different length of time. And after that training course, it's going to be going into doing the OSCEs exams. And as I said, in that first week, we're going to go through all of this again, where it's going to be accommodation, transport. We're going to get all of that sorted. But that's how it's going to look in terms of those either 3 weeks or 1-week training, as I said, and then going into doing the OSCE exam itself. And then after that, there's a bit of time where we'll be waiting for your results. Is there any more to say about the?
No, I think that's covered off in terms of boot camps and
the actual exam itself. Yeah. So what we're going to do after that is give you some training into a role, the dispatch support assistant role. So this is a role that works alongside the clinicians in the emergency operations centre, doing various different tasks to support the clinicians and the work that they're doing. We're going to give you some training and induction into that role so that there's it will give you a great opportunity to see, you know, meet the clinicians, meet everyone, see the different work streams that we work on, but also help give you a role to do whilst we're waiting for your results. So then we're gonna, once we've got all the OSCE things out of the way, we'll focus on that. That's our plan.
No,
Yep.
That sounds really exciting, and I think our candidates will be thrilled that they've got you lovely ladies there to look after them and support them. That's a massive concern for these candidates coming from overseas. So I've just been listening and thinking, what questions would I ask? So one of the questions we're commonly asked is so transportation from their accommodation to their place of work. So what would your advice be on that, and what's the plan?
The accommodation that we're going to provide, we are already thinking about that. So we're thinking about where the accommodation is going to be and transport routes, public transport to and from the EOC.
And we will go through all of those routes. You know, when the guys are here, we'll find the nearest sort of bus stops and look at the timetables and make sure that, you know, we travel the route with them to make sure that everybody knows where they need to be.
Yeah, as a part of that sort of settling in process, then we'll think about accommodation and getting to and from that place of work. Absolutely.
Brilliant. I think that'll be massively reassuring that you'll check with them their bus routes on first couple of days. And the good thing about Bristol and Exeter is they have got really good public transport, haven't they? So there's buses every few minutes, unlike other parts of Devon. Okay, so in terms of uniform, a lot of our candidates ask, will there be a uniform provided, and when might this be?
Yeah, so uniform will be provided, and then when the candidates are here, that'll be one of the things that we cover off in the induction is ordering the uniform. It can take a few weeks to arrive, and it will be the green ambulance uniform.
Great, and will they get the jackets that you're wearing as well?
I'm not sure what jackets. I think the one I'm wearing that we don't provide anymore. We've swapped over to a very nice fleece.
Yeah.
Nice. That's really nice and warm and like cozy looking. Yeah, I just don't have one yet. So yeah, so you can either have like an over the head fleece or one with a zip up. And then they're nice and warm, aren't they?
They are warm, yeah.
Lovely. It's quite a smart uniform, isn't it? It's that like bottle green colour. Okay, and our candidates, will they need to buy footwear for work?
Part of the uniform.
And what is the footwear? Is it boots?
I think for staff working in the emergency operations centre, we provide shoes. Some staff do choose to wear their own shoes, but they do have to be black.
Yes.
Sort of black shoes, but yeah, we do provide shoes.
That's amazing, because that doesn't happen many places. Okay, that's lovely. So we've talked about accommodation. So obviously, in terms of setting up bank accounts, obviously you've said that they'll be informed of details and stuff, but that will be done in the first few days. Because obviously for payroll and things, that's one of the first things we do, isn't it? To make sure they get paid that first month. Another question. Go on.
I was just going to say that within those first few days, that's our plan, to go into the town centre so that we can get that sorted as a priority.
Lovely, thank you. And then another question is, will you, so you might have already covered this, will you be giving them a SIM card when they arrive?
Yes, so we can arrange that and give that to them when they land at the airport.
Great, thank you. And what will their those first couple of weeks of induction, what will their hours mainly be? Will they be like 9 to 5 hours or shift work? What do you think it'll be?
Around that sort of office hours, sort of the Monday to Friday, 8 to 4, 9 to 5, whatever kind of works in best with the public transport links, things like that. We can look at that, but there won't be any shift work for the first couple of weeks.
Yeah. And then when they do start to work in the centres, what are the shifts that they'll be working?
So we have a number of different rotas.
Okay.
So depending on which rota you're on, depends on the shift pattern that you work. But obviously it's a 24-hour service.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of days and nights. Some of our rotas are, just days and just nights. Some of our rotas are days, late nights. Some of our rotas are 12-hour shifts. Some of our rotas are 8-hour shifts.
Yeah, and what we'll do is we'll sit down and look at the rotas, and we'll look at the rotas where we've got vacancies, so that candidates can actually pick what they would prefer. So we will have discussions again within the induction, and have it all out there to have a look at and see what they feel will work best for them.
Brilliant. Okay, that's great. And I'm assuming you'll go through how to book holidays and annual leave and things when they get. I'm sure you've got a whole system and process there, like most employers do. Okay, that's great. Laura, have you got any questions? I'm just trying to rack my brains and think if there's anything else we get asked commonly.
No, it all sounds really good. The only thing that I sort of say to candidates when they arrive at the airport is just to grab a snack and a drink at the airport, because it's about a 3-hour journey down into Devon or down to Bristol, wherever it is they're going to. So if they just grab a snack, it will sort of help them on the way down. Yeah.
Brilliant. And also bring warm clothes as well that's in your hand luggage, because we've got arrivals coming in the next few months. It is cooler in the UK at the moment, and you will be really tired when you get to the airport. So make sure you've got a warm jumper to put on, and like Laura said, a snack to have in the taxi or transport that's going to be arranged for you. Okay, I think that's going to be really helpful, ladies. So thanks for coming along. We will let you know if we get any questions from this webinar, and we will get the answers from you. But I think that's it. So I hope the candidates that have been offered jobs at SWAST have found that really useful. Please let us know, give us any feedback if there's anything else that you would like to see. And we'll leave it there. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Bye.